Monday morning in the woodshop. Boy, Monday we're people. Monday would have no friends at all. I would hate to be Monday if Monday were people. I'm looking about 385 frames here. I'd like to get at least 500 done. And then I can palletize them. Skid of 500 is a nice number. But I think I'm only going to do another 150 or so before I palletize. I've got a couple other things that are pressing I need to get onto, and I need this nonsense out of the way to do that. I want to show you how I used to glue my end bars before I started that trough method. And this works best with this kind of a glue pot that has a rolled edge like this, you see. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the glue right up the side here to glue the end bar. Hopefully you can see this. You can't see it very well, but I just roll that right along the edge. Keep pulling the glue up out of the glue pot. Keep the glue pot right flush with the bottom of that top bar groove there, and don't forget that it's the sides of the bar rather than the bottom of that groove. This is where your glue strength comes from. This I don't think is any slower than that trough method. It's just a little more kind of fussing around. The trough, you just put the glue in there, scoot it back and forth, and you're done. You don't have to constantly evaluate if there's enough glue or not. I think I get more glue in this way, which I don't think I need a lot more glue than I use with the trough method, because you'll see here when I put this together, the squeeze out will be remarkable. See, it's running down here already, so I've definitely got too much glue in a lot of them. Of course, I haven't done that in a couple of years, so I'm a bit out of practice. It's all about muscle memory. You know, muscle memory is an amazing thing. It's what allows people to play sports well, and it's what allows people to play musical instruments. Do anything, almost anything. Any kind of a repetitive motion, the feedback through your hands, and it allows you to drive. When you're driving, you don't think about how and where and how much and things to turn the wheel and where the pedals are. You see blind people playing a piano. Well, how do they know how to play piano? How can they tell where those 66 keys are? There's 66, isn't there? Well, it's muscle memory, that's how. They don't. The brain just says, go get that. And the muscles say, I know where that is. And they just do it. So that's key. Pretty simple concept to mastering a technique, isn't it? Muscle memory. Did I hear somebody say recently, do it till you get it right, and then do it some more until you can't get it wrong? I thought that was pretty cool. It's true, I guess. So one advantage to this over that so-called trough method is that you don't have glue on the upside down top bars dripping on the table, and that's why I try to achieve a balance between having enough glue in the joint and not having enough glue that it's going to drip out all over. I get some on the bench, it's not that bad. I just wipe it up before it sets. So hopefully you'll be able to see this one now better, what I'm doing here. You just run that glue pot right along the bottom of that dado. That is a dado. It's a very short dado. And again, that's an acid brush used for soldering. You could find it probably in the plumbing section of your hardware store. About 25 cents a piece. I buy them in a pack of 10 for $2.50. They last me a long time. I cut them about halfway off so the bristles are more stiff and rigid for the glue job. These are fitting together real nice today. I find the longer they sit in the shop to acclimate, the better they fit together as a rule. They sit in the shed, they're susceptible to a lot more changes in humidity and temperature and whatnot. So for my next trick, I'm going to put all of these frames on a pallet. And so I'll show you what the pallet looks like. I've put one course on it already so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. And I'll explain how and why. Yeah, it's pretty simple, but you know, if you plan it out, it really turns out nicely. Okay, so I've got a heavy paper under here just to keep the frames clean from anything that might come up under the pallet in shipping or storage. I've got a cube laid out here that is 10, which works out really nice because I can go ahead and I can lay these out with frames in this cube of 10, and then I can count the courses, and that's easy math to know how many frames are on the pallet. That is the method to my madness here. Everything gets reversed as I go so that everything is locked together tight and it doesn't get all out of kilter when you start to get higher. The frame is wider at the top than the bottom, so if you stack them all the same way, they'll eventually fall over. Okay, that's 250 frames here, and now I've got this pallet sitting on two more just so it's higher for me to work on. That's all I can put on here. That's 36 inches high, which is the maximum height for a load going under my canopy on my truck. And that's a good place to stop because that's starting to get a heavier load for my little tractor too. So I'm going to wrap this now Wrapping is one of my least favorite jobs. These are hard to wrap for many reasons, but one major reason is they're very light. This stretch wrap, you have to pull on it to stretch it around your cargo. And because these are so light, I can just pull the pile over if I'm not careful. It's nice to have a helper follow you and kind of hold down on the pile, give it some weight. But I don't have said helper. Not here today anyway.